Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know that I have been MIA for 2 months now and I'm so sorry that I haven't uploaded a video. I really wanted to, and I really wanted to update you, and I know that there are some comments and people worried about me, so I figured that now would be the time. God has really called me into a period of isolation where I can just really go within and try to hear His voice and listen to the plans that He has for me so that I can move on with my life and get to the next steps. I'm really glad that I did that because it really gave me a lot of time to recollect myself and to really be able to connect with God and what His will is for me. He has revealed the next chapters of my life and what He wants me to do in terms of my purpose, and I just really have received a lot of guidance from Him, and for that I am so grateful. So in today's video, I'm going to break it up into 3 parts, and that's going to be first my life updates, and then I want to talk about all of my treatment and cancer related updates, and then lastly I'm going to be talking about what my plans are in terms of the YouTube channel and the direction that it's going to take. If you're new here, my name is Nee and I have stage 4 sarcoma that I've been living with for 8 years now, and I started this channel to go over all of my experiences in terms of alternative treatments, conventional treatments, and I just talk about a lot of motivational things that may help you through your hardships. So if that's something that you're interested in, consider subscribing to my channel. So let's get into life updates. So as you can see, I am sitting outside and this is my new apartment, and excuse all the outside noises because I decided to record outside today, but I have officially moved and settled, and it's been quite busy managing work and the move and the kids and everything else in between, but I thankfully don't have very much stuff with me, and it was a pretty easy process because it was so simple. I am not going to talk about why I moved and where I moved and all of that. And as you can see from my previous videos, that I really just still cannot talk about exactly what's going on in my life right now due to some reasons that I will hopefully reveal to you in the future. But as of right now, I'm sorry, but I just really can't disclose any details regarding that. Anyway, I have moved, and so finally I can settle down with my routine in terms of eating and exercising and doing all of the anti-cancer stuff. The other thing is that I am going to be starting a new job, and I'm really excited because I will be actually going back into the office. I'm still doing family medicine primary care, but instead of virtual care, I am going to be going back into the office now, and I'm going to be working 4.5 days a week. It's pretty much 5 days a week, but they do give you a half day off to kind of do educational things. So it is going to actually be more hectic than my schedule now, because right now I work 32 hours a week and I work from home. But this is going to be a lot more 8 to 5 type of thing. So I'll have a very set schedule. I won't be working on the weekends, and the kids are going to be in school during this time. I have them enrolled in an after-school program, so I have time to basically go to work and then pick them up and come back and spend dinner and bedtime with them. So it will work out for my schedule, and I'm super excited to be going back in the office because honestly, virtual care is nice and it's very easy, but I don't really get to have that connection with my patients because it's different patients every time. I don't have a specific panel, and they're not my patients that I care for. And so this is going to be a lot more in tune with what I love to do, which is to help people get better and to take care of their family and take care of their health and do preventative care. And I want to start integrating lifestyle medicine and functional medicine into the mix. It's kind of like integrative medicine, but hopefully they will let me do some of that stuff there. And I also want to start this online program. I don't know if you guys have heard of Dr. Nasha Winters, but she started this Metabolic Institute for, I forget the exact name of it, but it's a program for integrative oncology, basically. And she wrote a book called The Metabolic Approach to Cancer. And it just kind of talks about, all of the things that I've been doing. And I'm really aligned with it and aligned with all of the things that she recommends. So I've been wanting to do it for a long time now. I just have endless excuses, whether it be finances, because it costs money to enroll in the program, money, time, everything, but I really feel like now is the time, and I don't think there's ever going to be a perfect time. And if I want to learn more, develop more, and to try to help others in this way that I feel very, very passionate about, then I kind of just have to jump on it, and I really have to just get started. So that's going to be my plan in the next few months or so, is to get started on that while switching jobs. And I know I'm going to be super busy and have a lot on my plate, but I really do feel like with good organization and motivation and a will, I will find a way to get it done, because that's usually how I operate, and I do a lot better under stress. So, but a good stress. So those are the big life updates that are coming up, and I just wanted to share that with you. In regards to treatment updates, so this is a big one, and this is the part where I really feel God's guidance on this, because if I hadn't moved here, I wouldn't have... Sorry, there's an airplane. Just waiting for the airplane to pass by before I talk. Okay, yeah, so finally the airplane is gone. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Yes, so I was saying that if I had not moved here, then all of these treatment opportunities would have never arisen. So number one is that I met with a radiation oncologist here about that T3 epidural lesion that they told me that they couldn't radiate initially, and then after that they told me that they would have to do a more conventional standard radiation with multiple treatments over 2 weeks or so. But now that I went here to where I am now, they're telling me that it's very doable to do the stereotactic body radiation that I have gotten in the past. So it's more like radiosurgery versus a conventional radiation. And it's been a lot more effective for my type of cancer. So they told me that there was no problem doing that, and they're not really sure why it was a problem with the other radiation oncologists. And so I was really happy to hear that, and I have that scheduled for the second week of October. So I'll be getting 5 sessions of radiation, and it's going to go to the T3 epidural area. So I have all that set up already, and my last 2 weeks of work, I managed to save up just enough sick leave to be able to take off work and to do these treatments, and it's probably not going to cause any problems or disruptions in me taking care of the kids, and I do have some family around to help me, so that's hopefully going to go really well. And then in regards to the rib tumors, I spoke with an interventional radiologist because somebody on the channel commented and said that it could be cryoablated, which is something that I have been wanting to do forever now to actually some of my other bone lesions, but my oncologist just never referred me when I was in Georgia or while I was in Northern California. So finally here they referred me, and I spoke with the interventional radiologist, and he was very positive that he could take care of all of my rib lesions. So right now, actively, the right third rib is the biggest one that I've been showing you guys photos of that has gotten very big. It's almost 4 centimeters in size now. And then I also have one that was developing in the right 12th rib near my lung, and that kind of took off since I had the brain surgery in January. And then I also have a right 10th rib and then a left 7th rib that has been there for a while now. that the interventional radiologist looked at and said that he could do all of those. So basically, he said he can take care of all 4 of them. But while he said that the right third rib, there is this new procedure called histotripsy. And what that is that they use sound waves, and it's completely non-invasive. So they just put the machine on top of the surface of your skin, and it destroys the tumor in that way. And they've been using it for liver metastases, liver tumors mostly, and it hasn't really been FDA approved for other types of tumors, but he talked with the specialist from this other hospital and that they're willing to take a look at the right third rib to see if they can do it. Because the problem is that the right third rib one is close to my nerve that supplies the scapula. So if he damages it, I could get what's called a winged scapula. So it's that nerve that runs down. And so he said he can really only get 2/3 of it, like he wouldn't aggressively treat the whole thing. And so that option for that procedure would be a lot better for me. So I'm hoping to hear from that hospital soon in regards to the right third rib to see what's going to happen with that. But I do have the cryoablation procedure scheduled for October 21st, so he's going to take care of the 3 rib tumors that I have. And then the last bit of the update in terms of treatment is very exciting because one of my friends that has the same sarcoma as me, actually his story is pretty incredible because he was diagnosed at 19 years old with a mass on his arm, and it spread to his lungs, and eventually it went to his brain, his pancreas, his adrenal gland, and his heart. So he's about the same age as me now. I'm 39, and so he's had it for almost 20 years now, and he actually didn't do any systemic treatment. His mother, she just flew him everywhere to get him multiple surgeries to get rid of these tumors. And eventually, because it went to his heart, he couldn't treat it with surgery anymore. And so he went on Keytruda, which is an immunotherapy that I had tried, and it completely wiped out his cancer. Like, he had a full response, and he's still cancer-free for 4 years now. And he was one of the first patients with ASPS that went on the immunotherapy, which then opened up the treatment for a bunch of other patients in Canada. And so he's the one that has been hounding me to get into this clinical trial. So he wanted me to look into this one where they use T-VEC and then another one with the mRNA vaccine. So the T-VEC is basically this oncolytic virus that they use that is derived, actually they made it from the herpes virus, and what they do is they inject it into the tumor, and then they combine it with immunotherapy and one other drug to stimulate the immune system to detect the cancer. I mean, the injection itself is supposed to kill off the tumor, and then on top of that, I discussed in one of my videos with the immunotherapy where you have these dendritic cells that then collect a piece of this tumor and present it to the T cells, and then the T cells will then be able to recognize it throughout the whole body and then just destroy the cancer in other parts of the body where there is no injection. So this is very new, and it's been very effective against melanoma, and melanoma is one of the cancers that ASPS really piggybacks off of the treatments because it seems to be very effective. Whatever's effective for melanoma seems to be effective for ASPS as well. So I looked on the clinical trials and I realized that there was one that is about an hour away from me, and I thought, okay, why not just try to see if I can get in and if I have any areas that they can inject, because the right third rib tumor is pretty superficial, but it's not on the skin. So I just wasn't sure if I could qualify, and I needed to get authorization from my insurance and everything. But basically what happened was that I had a consultation with the doctor last week, and they told me that I qualified for the trial. They think that I would be a really good candidate and that it would work really well for my type of sarcoma. This is a sarcoma center, and I believe somebody had actually sent me the name of this doctor that works there. But it's pretty exciting. They want me to come next week to sign the consents and to really get started on the trial. So they said that they would inject the right rib tumor. This is just so crazy because if I had gotten this tumor treated before, then I wouldn't have qualified for the clinical trial. So the fact that my doctor just never treated it and we saved it for this, and now it's getting really big and it needs to get treated, but it's kind of just like, I just can't believe God's timing and how perfect His timing is. He led me here to move to this area where I can have access to all these treatments that I never would have had access to, and just everything aligning. It just feels so effortless, like I really didn't have to try, and I really had no expectations. I wasn't thinking that anything was going to work out, and it just all happened so quickly for me. And in my heart, I just know that this is the treatment that God has for me, and this is my chance to be cured. I mean, not to just get better, but to actually have a full response where I can finally heal. And I can't explain it, and I can't explain why I feel this way, but I just know that if I focus and I do everything I can to continue helping myself, it's going to really wake up my immune system, and I'm going to have a good response from this, and it's going to wipe out my cancer. So mark my words that this is going to happen, okay? I'm saying it on this video and just putting it out there that this is what's going to happen. So you can call me crazy and not believe me, but this is what's going to happen, and I'm going to say it with boldness because I believe in the healing that God has for me, and I believe in His plans and in His timing, in His perfect timing. That brings me to the last part of the video where I want to talk to you about what I want to do with this YouTube channel, because I feel like it is a cancer channel, but that's not all that I am. Because if you watch my videos, you can see that I talk a lot about topics that have to do with motivation and mindset and faith-based things, and that's really what I envision my channel to be, because I feel like there are a lot of things that I am learning just going through this whole process, and a lot of it has to do with mindset and how to reprogram your mind and how to change your neurocircuitry so that you can make different patterns and really experiment on those things to change, basically. And in the next 6 months, I have already started, but I really wanted to dedicate my time to being strict about this, about really redefining myself and reinventing myself, like kind of, I don't know, I see myself rising from the ashes like a phoenix. And I want to document this journey because I think it's very important to kind of share what I'm going through. And I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to just do this privately and just take time off of YouTube versus sharing it on my channel. And after praying a lot about it, I've gotten confirmation that I should be sharing it on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start making videos more about mindset and motivation instead of sharing with you all of the private things that are going on in my life, which right now I have to keep private. And so it's kind of like a good time to do that anyway, is to switch tracks a little bit. And I'll still be sharing about my updates with treatments and stuff like that, but not every video is going to be about cancer. Okay, so I mean, cancer is clearly a big part of my life, and so it's going to be weaved into the videos, but I basically just wanted to say that so that if you are subscribed to my channel, you know, feel free to unsubscribe if that's really not what you're looking for, or you can subscribe if you haven't done so to follow me for more of these videos that I'm going to be posting. So that's all I have for today. It's mostly just an update video, and I'm going to start posting more frequently, like I said, with these different types of videos, and I'll just be experimenting on them. So stay tuned for the next video, and I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Okay, see you next time. Bye.